First, I gotta say, wow. 2 points why I think it's wow because, well, hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another episode review, which think I'll be starting another new series. So I think I can do 3 this time. I thought I could do 2, but I think I can do it for 3 maybe this time. So, but let's see how it goes. But episode 1 of the next series I think I'll be covering is Oshi no Ko. And I gotta say, first of all, I didn't expect this first episode, which was a whole prologue this whole time, was basically a movie, you can say. 90 minutes, 90 minutes, and it consists of 4 episodes combined, though, but whole 1 episode, it's a whole prologue, 90 minutes long. I gotta say, this whole 90 minutes, I was very engaged in, and I was like, so there's a lot of these twists that I didn't. Well, the whole start of the premises of which I kind of expect, though, but the ending, though, of this episode, wow. But Oshi no Ko, episode 1, okay. Once again, don't know the manga, so I'm just going in blind with the anime series. So, but the whole thing is that you have Ai, who's this very famous idol. And she is 16, and she is pregnant with twins. And the doctor, she goes to this hospital, it's like in the middle of the woods, and he's a doctor, and he's a big fan of hers. And while at the same time, this doctor has been looking after this patient, this little girl, who's also a big fan of Ai, right? They're both big fans. But sadly, though, since the girl has a terminal illness, she passed away first. And the doctor is now looking at Ai now, and they want to keep this whole thing hush hush basically, and because guess what, in this world with idols, you can't have relationships or anything like that. And if this gets out, it'll basically kind of ruin her career, right? Basically. So they want to keep her. He tells the doctor because he's with her agent, thing, and then and so they want to tell the doctor to keep this to keep her here and be hush hush about it because they want to be out in the public hospitals. This is why hospitals kind of isolated, so she could be not around a whole lot of people, right? So she then when it comes to the time that she's gonna go in labor basically, and there's this guy who is, because once again, not once again, but there's a stalker basically who's like obsessed with Ai, and one thing, the doctor is chasing this guy, and which also ultimately the stalker pushes the doctor off a cliff. He pushes him off a cliff. He dies, and then after that, he gets reincarnated, which it was ironic because with the talk between we had with the girl who was sick, they're both talking about it. What happened if they were both big fans of Ai, right? If they were, would there be a chance to be reborn, right? Reborn as her kids, right? As a metaphorically speaking, as we're speaking in theory. But the ironic thing is that when the doctor dies, he does end up being reborn as one of Ai's twins. And then what you later find out that the girl who was sick also gets reborn as Ai's other twin. So yeah, so both people, a child and a doctor, they both end up being reborn as Ai's twins, as twin kids. Although they do not know that they do not know that they're who they were from before then. So because later when they're talking, because they're babies, and all of a sudden they start speaking, right? Which some people caught by surprise. Oh, they're speaking, their baby talked, right? but when they're speaking to each other, they kind of say, "Oh, were you wondering who were you before you were from before, right?" But they don't tell each other. But they don't end up saying who they were from before, though. So they don't know who they were from their previous life, though. But so after that, she's gonna still raise her kids, and still continue being an idol, though. And both of them are kind of, and it's like the agent has a wife. So she has to kind of look to babysit these kids while I is going out with their idol stuff, right? And at first, the woman is kind of it gets fed up, tired of babysitting them. She was getting tired of it, and she was actually going to take pictures and expose Ai's scandal secret, right? But then Aqua, who's the doctor, who's now the twin, the boy. The baby boy now, which I'll call him Aqua, and then the girl's now been renamed as Ruby now. But Aqua starts getting up on the table and starts talking to the woman. It's like, wait, that baby's talking. And they spew nonsense like, oh, you've been chosen. There's like some divine spirit power and all that stuff, right? So ultimately, she doesn't do it though. She still continues to look after them, and then when it comes to time where I is doing a little public stage public stage concert, a little one, right? And then when the agent's wife brings the kids over, but they're not supposed to talk, right? But when they start performing, they start swinging their little glow sticks, and all the audience, the bystanders are watching too, right? They see them, they're like, oh, look at that, the babies are doing that, right? There must be some very smart babies, right? And they start taking pictures. It's on the internet and on Twitter and YouTube. They mentioned Twitter and YouTube in this series. So and then afterwards we get like a little time skip. It's like 3 years. So they're 4 years old now, and and ever since then, I've been getting popular with doing like radio broadcasts, like guest appearances, and then she's been I'll just do this little role for a movie, right? And so they go to this little set, and they meet, and Aqua meets with the director, right? And thinking that he may have a chance to be a chance in an acting career, because he wants to use him in a part in a role. And then of course with Ruby, she wants to be able to dance and maybe becoming an idol too, And it's been, and this whole entire time, it's just been this whole family dynamic, with Ai and her kids, right? And with Aqua and Ruby, that knowing who they originally were, though, but of course they're not going to tell them exactly who they were from before, because they don't know they were that sick kid and the doctor they were talking from their previous life, right? So they haven't told them who they actually were yet. All they know is they are both reborn from another person. That's what. But the whole family dynamic, with Ai and the kids, though, has been really, I would say, kind of sweet and all that stuff, right? And then ultimately, when it came to the ending, if I'm sure I missed something, because this is a 90-minute movie, so I'm sure I'd be able to get everything in this. What I'm saying, though, but I would say movie. It might as well be a movie. It's an episode 1 movie. But when it came to the ending of this episode, I was like, which I didn't expect, because I knew eventually that stalker was gonna pop up again. I knew he would, but because this guy has been been obsessed, right? And when they because they're at a new place, right? And the stalker comes by holding a bouquet of flowers. And then also it cuts to, like, the petals move in, and the guy stabs her. The guy stabs Ai, and he's going on tangents. He's going on tangents like, oh, how can you not love me? You were a nobody. You don't remember anybody's face, because, like, the whole meet and greet, right? Because Ai says she can't remember people's faces or names, right? And because she throughout this whole episode, right, she's been spewing like saying, "Oh, love is a bunch of lies. You know, it's all fake and made up and stuff, right? You know, she does all this stuff to like to become popular is to lie, and you say love is fake and all that stuff, right? But ultimately, when she said she doesn't remember people's names or faces though, but when she says, "Oh yeah, she actually says the guy's name, and you are one of her concerts, right?" And that guy just breaks down. He just goes and runs away. But I was like, "Oh wow, that the whole stabbing there, I did not see that, right? See that coming. Well, I knew he would pop up though, but I was end up going stabbing her, right? And then Aqua is there, you know, and she's fully she's bloodied up, dying, holds him, and she actually says, "I love you," because one of the things she hasn't really know what love was because she should fully said when it came to her kids though, because with I in the back, she went a little bit past that. She basically was in a child care center or orphanage, you can say, and her mom was a thief, and when she got arrested, and even when she was released from jail, she never came back for her. She didn't really know fully comprehend what love was until when it came to her kids, right? So for the first time she says, "I love you," and it was a very sad moment, you know, a dark, like I said, it was a dark moment, you know. And even when she died, though, you see especially with her eyes, like almost like they become like pitch black. Where they're not, they'll be kind of like just like basically dead-eyed, you know, pitch black, dead-eyed. Because that's funny, like with her, I like with the design, the character design, with her pupils. You have like instead of like circular pupils, right? They're like stars. They're like kind of like stars, right? And of course, in the genetics, right, like Ruby and Aqua, they each have one on one eye, right? Like Aqua on his right eye and Ruby on her left eye. You know, getting that from the mother, right? So, but it's just like, but when she's dead though, you don't see those pupils anymore. It's just like basically dead, almost pitch black dead eyes, you know, but die with a smile on her face though. And it was such a dark moment, right? And it's like had a couple twists that I did not know though, see coming, right? And then later on the news, upon her death, though, they found out that guy, the stalker, he killed himself. What did I gotta say? Yeah, good riddance, right? Because he's garbage anyway. He was just like a stalker, you know, stalking, right? But upon her funeral, and the agent's wife, right, said she'll look after the kids. I'll be your mother, even though I can never replace your mother, right? But I'll raise you as my own. And also with Aqua, he goes and turns to the director, right? The movie director that used him and he says, "I want you to raise me too." Not raise him like his own kid though, but basically raise him to become an actor. That's what that for sure. That's what he was saying. Raise him to become an actor. And so then we get a time skip because before that, Aqua's sitting in the car on the phone because now he says he wants to get revenge. Because how is that stalker? Because you ask yourself, how did that stalker, like, how do they know from before? How do they know that she was expecting twins from the beginning? And how did he know that where's the address of the new place where she was living at? Well, the answer was because it was Ruby and Aqua's biological father. Because a day or before, where she was murdered, she was on a payphone and talking to the father of the kids, and say, "Hey, I moved to this place. Maybe we can come and see them. You know, see how they are. You know." So that can be the only one person who did it, because who else knew where she lived and the twins and her address was, right? So he must have gave the information to that stalker, and that's that psychopathic stalker, you can say, and killed her. So now that Aqua is putting it together, that saying he wants to get revenge on their father. So now it's a big time skip. Now Aqua and Ruby are teenagers, basically the same age as when I was pregnant with them, right? So basically, I would say they're about the same age as she was, 16, and they're about to start high school together. And Ruby says bye to her mom, to their mom, because there's a picture of them. So she says bye to her, and then ends with Aqua saying, "You know what? Now we're old, and basically, my revenge plan is set." So he's gonna now, from this onward, now we're gonna focus on him trying to get revenge on their father. So, but Oshinoko episode 1, I would say, was a very good episode, even though it was a movie length time wise episode. Though it was still very enjoyable. Like I said, it was dark. It had some dark moments, like especially at the beginning with the stalker. That at the end with the stalker, and especially with killing that was kind of dark and some twists I didn't see though. Well, kind of predict what the whole reincarnated thing was, but it was a very, but the whole center of the middle of it was focused with the whole, with the twins, knowing that they were once reincarnated people, right? But they don't know. In real life, they were actually, talking to each other as doctor and patient from before, right? But now they've set their new lives as being because ironically they said that what it was like to be reborn is basically a child baby to I, and ironically they have, they've been reincarnated as her kids, two big fans of hers, and they're being reborn as I's kids, and. Some of the funny moments, like with when they're doing glow sticks, in front of people because they're babies, right? So how could babies do that, right? And then you get the wholesome family relationship with I and her kids, right? And it was very sweet, wholesome stuff. Even though it was a dark twist, when I dying though, but she managed to finally say "I love you" to them, right? Like I said, she never knew what love was because the way she grew up, right? Was basically all by herself, and her mom is a trash thief, but never came back for her, right? So she didn't fully get to experience the whole love that she had, though. So she finally admits to that she loves them, and it was a sad moment, though. It was, like I said, it was a very dark. Like I said, there's a stalker, got a murder now, and reincarnation, and. I think, and now that the twins are now grown up, right, and now Aqua is now going to focus on getting revenge on their father now, because like I said, who's the only one who had the twins and knew where they lived, and the only person who did that was him, because I was talking to her on the phone, giving the address where they lived though, so he must have called that psycho stalker, gave him the address, and then, bam. Well, now that guy's gone, now we'll say now the Aqua's going to focus on getting revenge now. But also, the thing is, he's going to probably work on being on an actor because, the director said, hey, raise me. Basically, raise him to be an actor. And I'm sure that Ruby, kind of looking like her mother, will sit on being an idol, like her mom. She looks like her mom, and she'll sit on being an idol too, like her mom. So, yeah. But Oshinoko, it was a very episode 1, 90 minutes. I was surprised this was 90 minutes. It consist of 4 episodes though, but it was all one prologue. But I really did enjoy it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more now. So yeah, I think this will be for the spring. For the spring, I'll be covering Oshinoko, my home hero, and then Hell's Paradise. But yeah. This series will be another good set of series. So. But yeah, Oshinoko episode 1, I really did enjoy. So long, but it went by enough. I was fully engaged with the story, with the relationship chemistry with I and with her 2 kids, reincarnated kids though. But it was really I was really fully engaged in this, and I'm looking forward to seeing the next coming from next week. So, but yeah, Oshinoko episode 1. It was like dark, like I said, it was dark moments, with twists, and like I said, all that other stuff, right? I didn't see though. But yeah, but Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you next time. Later.